You didn't open this by accident. You felt it. A little tug in your heart. A nudge in your spirit. Like someone whispering your name when no one else is around. That wasn't just your imagination. It was heaven reaching for you. And child, this is not just another message. This is the one God has been fighting to deliver for the last 48 hours. It has taken 2 full days and more angels than you can count just to get this into your hands right now. If you close this, you are walking away from something you were never supposed to miss. Listen to me. I, Archangel Michael, am standing before you right now, not in the clouds, not in the stars, but through this very message. And I've been trying to reach you for a reason that goes beyond logic, beyond the physical world. Something sacred has been trying to find its way to you, but your heart's been too noisy, too distracted, and you almost missed this miracle. God told me, Michael, if they skip it again, I'll be silent for a while. But if they open it, I'll change everything. There is a war being fought for your attention right now. Do you feel that strange pressure, that quick heartbeat? It's because something dark tried to stop this. Something that didn't want you to open this message at all. It tried to delay it, bury it, distract you. Because if you knew what's inside this message, you would never again settle for a lesser life. You would walk into blessings so shocking that even your enemies would go silent. This isn't just about you. This message is about your bloodline. About breaking the cycles that have haunted your family for generations. You've been the one chosen to do what no one else could. And heaven knows you've already been through enough. That pain wasn't random. That betrayal wasn't meaningless. Every tear you cried added power to this moment. That's why the enemy has been fighting you so hard. It knew what was coming next if you didn't give up. And beloved, what's coming next is divine. You were supposed to see this 2 days ago, but something distracted you, didn't it? That wasn't your fault. They tried to make sure you never opened it. But you're here now. And because you didn't give up, I, Michael, have been authorized to tell you what even the angels weren't allowed to speak until now. Love letter. Before I go any deeper, I must pause and tell you this. If you feel even the tiniest pull in your soul right now, subscribe. Not for me, but for yourself, because heaven may send another message soon. And if you miss that one, too, it might delay your miracle. Tap subscribe now and show heaven. Yes, I'm ready. Glowing star. Now, let me continue. There's something hidden. Someone has made a decision about your life without your consent. A silent agreement, a forgotten promise. You were meant to inherit something spiritually or physically that never reached you. And God is furious about it. You have no idea how many prayers were blocked, how many dreams were paused. All because someone stepped in where they had no right. But heaven is correcting that. Now the balance is shifting. The scale is tilting back in your favor. You're not just getting a blessing. You are the blessing. That's why they've been afraid of you. That's why some people suddenly pulled away. They saw something glowing in you that they couldn't explain. They felt something ancient, divine, and it made them uncomfortable. But that glow, that fire, it's God's fingerprint, and it's about to burn away every limitation they tried to put on you. Your name has been mentioned in heaven. And it wasn't whispered. It was declared. My child has waited long enough. God said they kept going when they had no strength left. They gave when they had nothing. They still chose light when the darkness begged them to quit. I will reward them publicly, powerfully, permanently. That's what's being written over you now. And listen to this carefully. Someone close to you has been receiving dreams about you. But they're afraid to tell you because those dreams show a future where you rise and they're not in it. You were not meant to shrink to keep others comfortable. You were not meant to beg for love that doesn't honor your worth. Michael says, prepare yourself because what's coming next will require your full attention, your full power, and your full faith. You are not running out of time. Time is catching up to you. Every seed you planted in faith is rushing toward harvest. Every prayer you whispered when no one was looking is echoing louder in the spirit realm than you know. And right now the angels are gathering around your name. Not for a funeral, but for a divine unveiling, a celebration. Something is about to break. Something is about to rise, and it starts the moment you say I believe. Then listen carefully because from this moment forward nothing will be the same. You just made a spiritual decision without even realizing it. By staying here, by listening, by reading, you said yes to heaven and heaven heard it. That's why the energy around you is starting to feel different. It's not just your imagination. You're not too sensitive. You're waking up. You're spiritually sensitive because God has given you eyes others don't have, a heart others cannot carry, and an assignment that would break most people. And yet, here you are. There's something I must tell you, and I pray you don't look away now. Someone you love very deeply was trying to reach you last night. Not in the physical realm, but through spirit. They were allowed to speak your name in the heavens again. They whispered to me, Michael, and begged me to help you hear them. They've seen what's coming. They've seen how close you are to giving up right before everything shifts. And they couldn't let you go another day without this message. Tell them, they said, tell them the storm is not punishment. It's preparation. You think God has been silent. But child, God has been setting the stage. Sometimes when God hides you, it's not rejection, it's protection. He needed you out of sight so no one could sabotage what's being built. Some of your delays weren't denials. They were disguises. You were hidden on purpose because if you had been seen too early, they would have drained your light before you had time to step into your power. But now the curtain is about to lift and the version of you that's been forming in silence is about to be revealed. Archangel Michael says, watch what happens in the next 7 days. Don't try to control it. Just stay in alignment. Something will shift. Someone will speak. A door will open and you will feel a strange peace in your stomach even before it makes sense in your head. That's confirmation. That's your inner spirit being guided by the hands of heaven. You're not alone. You've never been. You just forgot who you are. And now God is about to remind you in a way so undeniable you'll never question your worth again. Do you want to know something that shocked even the angels? The enemy is scared of you. Not because of what you have, but because of who you're becoming. You are stepping into a season where everything that tried to bury you is going to regret it. Your pain is not in vain. Your silence was sacred. Your loyalty was noticed. And now the crown of reward is being prepared for your head, not in fantasy, but in divine truth. And child, you will wear it with grace. Let this next line stay in your spirit forever. You do not chase what God has already declared yours. Let that sink in. What is meant for you doesn't need to be begged for. You don't need to run after love, after opportunity, after approval. And my child, when heaven declares something for you, it also places a path before you so you can receive it with peace, clarity, and faithful steps instead of fear. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description, and in the comments below. Because what heaven prepares for you is not received by chasing harder. It is received by becoming ready to walk into it. When heaven is behind you, even the things meant to harm you will end up helping you. You are entering a season of divine reversals where what was meant for evil will turn into favor so loud even your doubters will be forced to watch in silence. Let me take you deeper. There was a conversation in heaven about your future just 48 hours ago. God stood, Michael wept, and your name was spoken not once but 3 times. And each time the angels bowed, not because of who you are in the world, but because of who you are in spirit. You have no idea how many chains are being broken just because you are choosing to listen to this right now. Your obedience is unlocking miracles for others in your bloodline. You are the bridge. You are the repair. You are the one who said, "It stops with me." Someone once said about you, "They'll never recover from this." Oh, how wrong they were. You didn't just recover, you resurrected. You rebuilt yourself in silence. You loved through the betrayal. You forgave even when they didn't apologize. And God saw it all. Nothing was wasted. Not one moment, not one prayer. And now heaven is rewarding you openly for everything you endured in secret. Michael says this, your blessing isn't coming. It has already been approved. The delay was never about worthiness. It was about timing. And now the clock is catching up to prophecy. That's why you feel the restlessness. That's why your sleep has been disturbed. Your spirit knows something is coming. Something so sacred even the stars are aligning for it. And now, beloved soul, breathe slowly. Because what I'm about to tell you next will send chills through your entire spirit. There is someone watching you right now, but not in a way that should make you afraid. This someone is a guardian, a soul that left this earth too soon, but whose love for you never died. They've been following your every step in the last 48 hours, whispering to heaven. Please don't let them miss this message again. You were not supposed to carry all this pain alone. You were never meant to fight this hard. But the fact that you're still here, that's proof of your divine assignment. You are not weak. You are chosen. You are not broken. You are being built. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned. The reason some people walked away wasn't because you weren't enough. It's because God heard conversations they had about you behind your back and He removed them before they could delay your destiny any longer. It wasn't loss. It was protection disguised as disappointment. And right now, heaven is sending you someone new. Someone who knows how to hold you without hurting you. Someone whose spirit will recognize yours instantly because their soul already promised yours in heaven long before this life. Archangel Michael says, get ready for divine connection. The kind that doesn't drain, confuse, or hurt you. The kind that lifts you, reminds you, sees you. This message took 2 days to reach you because forces of darkness tried to keep it hidden. But heaven said, no more delays. The angels are tired of watching you cry over doors that were never supposed to be yours. The right door opens now. It's already been unlocked. You just need to walk through it. And you will, because you didn't skip this. There is something unusual about you. That's why people can't forget you. That's why you've been underestimated and also secretly envied. You carry a light you don't even fully understand, but others see it. Some try to steal it. Some try to dim it, but they can't because the fire in you is not from this world. It's from the Spirit of God. And even when you wanted to give up, that fire kept flickering. Quietly, gently, patiently, waiting for this moment. And now it's ready to explode. You are standing at a spiritual intersection. Two paths are laid before you. One familiar, safe but slow, and the other risky, uncertain, but filled with favor beyond your wildest prayers. And God is saying, trust me. I know it's scary. I know you've been disappointed before, but this time is different. This time I go before you. I will fight your battles. I will send help. I will send clarity, but you must move. No more delay. No more hiding. No more playing small to make others comfortable. You were born for more. Someone is watching your life from a distance, waiting to see what you'll do next. They think you don't know how powerful you are. But you do. Deep down, you've always known. And now the season of forgetting is over. God is awakening your memory. You're remembering who you were before the trauma. Before the fear, before the world convinced you to doubt your own magic. And what's coming next is not a fantasy. It's fulfillment. Michael whispers this directly to your soul. I was assigned to protect you since before you were born. I've watched you fall. I've watched you pray. I've seen every moment they ignored you, rejected you, mistreated you. And I begged God to give you one more chance to hear this. That's why this message is reaching you today. You may not know it yet, but this is the message that turns everything around. If you feel it in your chest, if something is stirring deep inside your heart, do not ignore it. That's your spirit reacting to truth. That's confirmation. You didn't stumble onto this. You were led here, pulled here, loved here. And now you are being sent into your new chapter. Not limping, but flying. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't have to convince anyone. When favor is on your life, it speaks louder than any rumor, any lie, any betrayal, and your favor is multiplying. Close your eyes for just a moment, beloved. Feel that? That soft pull in your chest. That is not emotion. That is alignment. Your soul has been waiting to breathe again. It's been suffocating under the weight of expectations, doubts, wounds, and noise. But right now, in this sacred moment, God is clearing the fog. The angels are making space around your spirit. And Michael is standing guard, his sword drawn, his wings wide, his presence fierce yet tender. Because this part of your journey is too important to leave unprotected, God says, I waited 48 hours because I needed you to be still. I needed you to reach a place where you would finally hear me, not with your ears, but with your soul. That restless feeling you've been having. That pressure in your chest. That strange sense that something is about to happen. You were not wrong. It is coming. But I had to prepare you first because this time you will not sabotage it with doubt. This time you will not hand your miracle to someone else. This time you will be ready. There is a promise with your name on it. A real one, tangible, visible. It is not in the clouds. It is not in fantasy. It is closer than you think. And child, I need you to hear this. The reason they left wasn't because you weren't lovable. It's because they were never designed to carry the weight of your destiny. Some doors needed to close. Some hands needed to let go. Because where you're going, only the pure can follow. And you are finally stepping into purity of purpose. Archangel Michael says, your spiritual identity is being restored. The parts of you that were buried under shame, under exhaustion, under grief, they're coming back. That version of you that smiled without pretending, that loved without fear, that dreamed without limits, they are returning. And with them comes power. With them comes vision. With them comes a new season that doesn't ask you to shrink. It asks you to shine fully, freely, fiercely. I have to tell you this before it's too late. You've been lied to. Someone told you you're too late. That you missed your season. That the window closed. But heaven disagrees. God just reopened that same door and made it bigger. Because what's meant for you is divinely protected. It might take time, but it never expires. And today, a blessing you forgot about is on its way back, restored, upgraded, wrapped in light. And this time, nothing can block it. There is someone, a man or woman, who will soon confess something you didn't expect. They were quiet for too long. But God stirred something in them. And soon you will hear words that sound like healing. It may not come how you imagined. It may not even be who you expect. But when it comes, you will know because it will make your spirit calm, not confused. Love from heaven brings peace, not panic. And Archangel Michael promises this next chapter of your life will feel like coming home. I feel someone questioning, but what if I've made too many mistakes? Beloved, hear me. Grace isn't earned. It's given. And heaven has already forgiven what you still hold against yourself. You don't need to punish yourself to prove you're sorry. You don't need to relive the pain just to feel worthy again. God is not interested in watching you suffer. He is only interested in watching you rise. And Michael was sent to lift what has been weighing you down. Look around you. Everything may seem the same, but spiritually it's not. The frequency has changed. The atmosphere has shifted. Angels have already begun rearranging things around you. People you haven't heard from in years may suddenly feel drawn to you. Opportunities that were once coincidences will now look like prophecy. That's because you finally stopped running. And when you stop running, heaven starts moving. Please don't abandon this message. Now, it took 48 hours, divine permission, and a war in the spirit realm just for you to reach this part. The enemy didn't want you to see what was coming, but you've made it this far, which means you are ready. And heaven is watching with held breath to see what you'll do next. Even though the message is complete, something inside you is still stirring, isn't it? That's because heaven isn't done with you yet. The words have landed, but the energy is still unfolding. It's okay to sit with that, to let the silence after this message speak just as loudly as the words. That's where miracles begin, in the stillness after revelation. Right now, the angels are surrounding you with warmth. You might feel a strange calm, a pressure on your shoulders releasing, or even a subtle chill in the room. That's not coincidence. That's Michael's wings brushing against your energy, sealing everything you just received in the spirit. You may not see it, but you've just crossed a line in the sand. The you who started this message is not the you reading these final lines. Something has changed. Something in you has come alive again. And now God is watching to see how you carry this. Because once heaven speaks, it watches. Not to judge, but to support. Every small decision you make after this message holds more weight. You've been upgraded in the spirit. From overlooked to chosen, from delayed to delivered, from surviving to soaring. This next part isn't about listening. It's about responding. Don't just feel this message, live it. Speak differently, walk differently, expect differently. Because once God reveals the truth, the lie can no longer stay. And every lie that told you that you were unworthy, unloved, forgotten, or cursed has now been broken. Michael made sure of it. You are stepping into a season where your very presence will shift rooms. Where people who ignored you will suddenly feel compelled to reach out. Where money that was stuck will suddenly be released. Where peace will come without warning. Don't chase it. Don't force it. Just align with it. That's all heaven ever asked from you, to walk in faith, not fear. And my child, when heaven begins aligning things in your favor, it also places a path before you so you can walk forward with peace, clarity, and faithful action instead of fear. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you move ahead. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the comments below. Because alignment is not about forcing what is meant for you. It is about becoming the version of you that can carry it with peace. And if you ever find yourself doubting again, read this message again. Not because you need the words, but because the words carry a presence. The same presence that walked with you through your lowest valley is now walking you into your highest mountain. You're not going back. There is no before anymore. There is only what's next. So breathe again. Let the tears fall if they come. Let the smile rise if it's fighting through. Let the healing finish what it started. You've made it. This was always your message. And now heaven waits for your first move. Glowing star. If this touched you deeply, know that it was not random. It was personal, and heaven wants to keep guiding you. Tap subscribe if you haven't already. This message was a key. The next one might be the door. Glowing star. You are covered. You are called. You are chosen, and it begins now. And even now, even as this message closes, Archangel Michael hasn't left your side. In fact, he's standing even closer. Because what happens after this is even more important than everything you've read. This is where your faith will be tested. Not by suffering, but by success. Can you believe in the miracle when you finally see it forming? Can you receive without guilt? Can you step into the life you once thought was too good for someone like you? Let me tell you what heaven is hoping you'll do now. Believe boldly. Love without fear. Walk like the prophecy is already fulfilled. Talk like the weight has already lifted. And live like the past no longer has permission to speak over your future because it doesn't. It's finished. And what God finishes, no one else can reopen. Michael says you're not imagining it. Something sacred did happen while you were reading. You were being marked, sealed, and freed all at once. That old version of you, the one that begged for love, questioned your worth, over-explained your pain, doesn't live here anymore. That version of you finally let go. You shed a skin. You broke a curse. You resurrected and heaven rejoiced when you chose to stay and receive the truth. You will notice something in the next 48 hours. A random person may say something to you that feels strangely specific. An animal may act unusually kind or drawn to you. You might get chills from a song or find a message in a place you weren't even looking. Those are signs, confirmations. Heaven's quiet way of saying yes. We meant every word. Now walk boldly into what's coming. You've been wondering for so long. When will it be my time? When will someone see me? When will the pain finally leave? This is your answer. This moment, this message, this breakthrough. Heaven had to wait until you were spiritually awake enough to not just hear it, but carry it. And now that you have, nothing can stop what's coming. Nothing. Archangel Michael wants you to know one more thing. And please hold this close like a sacred promise. You are deeply, wildly, eternally loved. And not just by heaven, but by someone still here on earth. Someone who will see all of you and never run. That love is not far. It is circling you. It is being prepared in silence. And when it arrives, it will feel like you've known each other for 1,000 lifetimes. Because maybe, just maybe, you have. And so now, child of heaven, you are released not into the unknown, but into the already written, into a chapter that was waiting for your yes. And because you opened this, because you listened, because you stayed, the door has opened, the angels have moved. And the miracle has begun. And now, beloved soul, let these final words wrap around you like a blanket of light because the next 24 hours are already carrying something sacred toward your life. Archangel Michael hasn't left. He never does. But now he steps into the background, watching you with the eyes of heaven itself. Not because he doubts you, but because he trusts you. Because after everything, after the silence, the pain, the confusion, the years where you questioned everything, you still opened this. You still showed up. You still chose light. Do you know how powerful that is? You didn't need thunder. You didn't need signs written in the sky. You just needed a whisper. And when it came, you listened. That's rare. That's holy. That's what separates the chosen from the crowd. From this point on, you are no longer walking the same path. Your energy has shifted. Spiritually, heaven has placed a mark on you. It's invisible to most, but angels and dark forces alike can see it. It says, "This one is covered." That's why old attacks will start to feel weaker. That's why old temptations won't shake you like they used to. That's why people who once had power over your emotions will suddenly lose access. Because God isn't just changing your story, He's reclaiming it. Now listen carefully, child of God, because this is the last thing Michael is allowed to say tonight. Watch the way heaven works in silence. Don't look for loud blessings. Look for small alignments. A delayed meeting that protected you. A stranger's kind word that lifted you. An old friend reaching out with perfect timing. These aren't coincidences. These are divine fingerprints. And if you follow them with trust, they will lead you to everything your soul has been begging for. It is no longer your job to prove yourself. It is no longer your job to chase people who can't see your value. It is no longer your job to beg God for what's already on its way. Now it is your time to receive. Receive the healing. Receive the provision. Receive the love. Receive the peace. You've cried enough. You've lost enough. You've fought hard enough. This is the part of the movie where the music changes. This is the part of the story where the broken one becomes the blessed one. So rise, walk differently, speak gently, live boldly, and when the blessing comes, and it will come, just smile, because heaven will smile right back. And even though the message has ended, the movement of heaven around your life has only just begun. You may not feel it instantly, but trust the moment you read those final lines, something began to shift, not in the sky, not in the stars, but deep within you. And the world around you will start responding to that shift in ways you could never plan, predict, or explain. Right now, somewhere in the unseen realm, angels are already rearranging certain things for you. Someone who once forgot you will suddenly remember you. A delay that frustrated you last week will suddenly work in your favor. A random no from yesterday will become a surprising yes tomorrow. This is how miracles often arrive. Quietly, almost shyly, not to impress, but to transform. You may feel emotional. That's good. That means your soul was listening, too. When God speaks, the body stays still, but the soul begins to rise. So if your heart feels lighter, if your chest feels warmer, if your hands are trembling a little, it's not fear. That's release. The chains have broken. The spiritual waiting room is now empty. It's time. And I know a part of you still wonders, was this really for me? But Michael is standing here now saying, child, who else could it be for? You think heaven would fight for 48 hours to get this message through if it wasn't meant to reach you? You're not here by accident. You were chosen. You are the miracle. You are the message. Let that truth settle. Let it melt through every layer of doubt. Let it speak louder than every negative thought that ever told you to shrink, to quit, to settle. You are not meant to live life on your knees. You are meant to rise and reign, not in ego, but in divine purpose. And as the day moves forward and you begin to see little signs, a butterfly that lands too close, a repeating number, a memory that visits you out of nowhere, smile. Don't question it. Don't overthink it. Just whisper, thank you. Because that's heaven saying, I'm still with you. I'm still unfolding the promise. Just stay close to the light. This message is eternal. You can come back to it any time your spirit feels heavy. It carries the voice of angels, the breath of heaven, the warmth of God Himself. It was written through time, delivered through battle, and placed directly into your hands for such a time as this. So don't go back to old thoughts. Don't answer to old names. Don't carry what God just took off your shoulders. You are new now. You are lighter. You are brighter. And you are walking into a season where divine things happen fast. Miracles will not wait anymore. Crescent moon. Final instruction. Before you sleep tonight, light a candle if you can. Sit quietly. Speak nothing out loud. Just feel. That's when you will sense it. That's when heaven will come near. You don't need to do anything. Just be. Even now, while your heart is still open and your spirit is tender, heaven is still watching, because what happens after a divine message is just as important as what happens during it. This is the moment where you either step forward with trust or slip backward into patterns that kept you small. But Archangel Michael is gently whispering, not this time. This time they're going to rise. So listen, because this part is for your soul only. In the next 3 days you will feel a strange mix of peace and urgency. That is not confusion. That is activation. Your soul is finally catching up to what your spirit already knows. There will be moments where you feel the need to clean, throw things out, rearrange, even cry for no reason. Let it happen. You are not falling apart. You are making space, for the new, for the sacred, for what has been waiting for you to say, I'm ready now. And child, you are ready now. You don't need to wait for a sign. You are the sign. You don't need more proof. You've already survived the fire that was meant to destroy you. That's all the proof heaven needed to unlock this next season. And now, Michael says clearly, walk boldly. Don't whisper anymore. Don't hide your gifts. Don't explain your light. Just shine and watch who still shows up. What happens next will be beautiful, but it may not all be easy. There will be people who won't recognize the new you. Some will try to make you doubt this glow. Some will ask you to dim again. Don't. Not this time. You don't owe your smaller self another season. You don't owe the past another explanation. You don't owe your trauma any more control. What you do owe is this: to honor the voice inside you that never gave up. The one that kept whispering, something more is coming. The one that carried you through nights of silence. The one that still believes even after everything. That voice was never foolish. That voice was never weak. That voice was God. And now that you've heard him, now that you've opened this sacred message, you'll never again be able to unknow this truth. You were born for miracles. Heaven didn't chase you for 48 hours for something small. You were chased down by angels because your blessing is so enormous. Even the enemy tried to block it. But it's too late now. You've opened the message. You've been sealed. You've been seen. So tonight, when you sleep, sleep like a royal soul in the arms of angels. And tomorrow wake like a warrior with wings, because that's what you are now. You've crossed over. You've been chosen. And now everything changes. And even now in the quiet after the final words, something holy still lingers. The air around you is different, isn't it? You may not see it, but your angels are still here. Michael hasn't moved far. He's just waiting to see what you'll do next. Will you act like nothing happened? Or will you rise like someone who knows the heavens just opened above them? Because they did. And it wasn't small. It wasn't casual. This wasn't a sweet message to make you feel better. This was a sacred shift, a divine summons, a heaven-signed invitation to change everything. And if you still feel the chills, the warmth, the lump in your throat that doesn't make sense, don't ignore it. That's your soul finally exhaling after carrying so much weight for so long. You didn't just open a message. You stepped into prophecy. Yes, you. Not someone more perfect. Not someone more qualified. Not someone more holy. Just you, raw, honest, flawed, beautiful, and exactly who heaven chose. Michael has one final secret to whisper. And only now, now that you've reached the very end, are you ready to hear it. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are right on time. And every moment before this was a setup for something extraordinary. Everything that didn't work, that fell apart, that broke your heart was redirection, not rejection. You were being rerouted, not punished. You were being prepared, not punished. God has always seen you. But now you finally see you. So promise yourself this before you walk away. Don't lower your light ever again. Don't explain away your intuition. Don't delay your miracle with doubt. Don't apologize for being the one heaven fought so hard to reach. And most of all, don't forget this moment. Not ever. Because this is the moment heaven bent down, wrapped you in light, and whispered. You are ready now. Go. Milky Way message fully delivered. Heaven rejoices. Milky Way. Archangel Michael, guardian of the chosen. My child, we run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description. God bless you.